I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
It's still at the garage. I don't know.
It saves me asking, I suppose.
Well, you're going to bring it up, aren't you? Yeah, it's still up there. I don't know what's going on. 2 days it was booked in for. It's now been there 2 weeks.
Okay.
So
that's, well, it's not even close, is it? Let's be honest.
No, not really. I haven't had a chance to call them, shamefully, because I've been extremely busy, but I will try and give them a buzz tomorrow and see what the hell's going on.
Right, so zero conversations have taken place.
Well, of course, it's a garage.
Okay.
So no. I don't know. It was booked in for 2 days. Admittedly, there was the spring. I can only think they haven't been able to source a spring for it, and it's just waiting for a part.
I mean, I'm about to have a wild assumption without Googling, even though I've got Google right in front of me, but surely you can get a Puma spring, can't you?
Well, you would have thought so, wouldn't you? I mean, surely it's the same as used on the Mark IV Fiesta. I mean, that's where it comes from. It can't be that unusual. It's a 90s Ford suspension spring. How hard can that be to find?
Right.
I do not know.
So what we got here?
Because the rest of it was just welding, and surely they haven't been able to source, welding wire or whatever it is they use, or sheet metal. Surely that would have been plentiful.
That's not an issue. There should be some of that kicking about.
I would have thought so. And they have their own welder. They're not using a subcontractor. It's their own guy. So,
a quick Google suggests that springs are reasonably available.
Well, you would have thought, wouldn't you? I mean, yeah.
Some of the ones I'm looking at, I do question the quality of, but there are some that are feasible as well by the look of it. So
yeah.
Oh, I've clicked on a link and he's talking to me. He's telling me all about how I can get manufacturer warranty.
Oh, on your spring that you don't want.
Spring, go away. There we go. Before he. Oh, God.
Well, if we get desperate, I might be asking you to order that, but
not from him. His videos annoyed me.
Okay, he's off the list then.
So you've had a quick look up on the MOT front.
I have. I haven't checked it today, but I will actually do it whilst we're talking.
There we go. Everyone's going to shuffle to the edge of their seats here.
Bit of clickety-clack for you there.
Do be careful if you're driving. Don't shuffle too far forwards.
No, obviously that could be dangerous. Yeah. We don't advocate anything like that. So that's its number plate. So let's have a look. I haven't checked it today. Is that correct? Yes. Wouldn't have typed it in otherwise. It still does not have an MOT. So it is waiting. That's the only thing I can think. I can't think the welding would have held it up. I mean, the welding was booked in for 2 months. So they knew they were going to be doing that. The suspension spring broke on the way up there, so they weren't expecting to do that. So they would have had to order it in. But 2 weeks to get a spring for an old Ford. I mean, really?
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I will ring them tomorrow. I meant to today so that I would have more information for tonight, but I really haven't had a minute. So I will try and ring them tomorrow and find out what on earth is going on.
Fair enough.
We are still bereft of Puma.
It's all right. It's one of those ones we can turn it into a saga. It's all right.
I think we already have.
I think we might have, yeah.
We've already given it more airtime than it deserves, really.
Yeah, I mean, what are we now? We're probably nearly 5 minutes in of talking about it again, with not actually an update to speak of. With
actually nothing new to say, yeah, exactly. So let me roll us on to another vehicle then. In that case,
okay, please do. Yeah,
a new problem on the Jaguar.
A new one. Good.
Yes, indeed. It's a screen wash pump has packed up. So
Oh, good.
I can't wash my windies, which at this time of year is a bit of a problem.
Yes, they do tend to get covered in shite.
They do. Yes, did some diagnostics on it. Changed the fuse and tested the circuit and things, and it is definitely the motor that's gone poppity pop. I have ordered and received a replacement, so that's my job for the weekend, is to fit a new screen wash pump. The headlamp wash motor, which is a separate unit, still works. So I know the pipes are okay, and there's fluid coming from the tank. I can still wash the headlights, but none of it is getting to the windscreen. The wipers are working fine, but the pump doesn't pump anything out of the tank up to the wipers. So and the fuse is okay, the wiring's okay. The pump's just had it. So it's quite a common fault apparently on XF.
No, fair enough. Easy enough to get to?
No, but doable. As luck would have it, I have to take out the wheel arch liner that I want to replace anyway.
Oh, two birds, one stone and all that.
I'm hoping I can kill two birds with one stone there. Yes, exactly. Get the wheel arch liner off, change the pump, and then put the other wheel arch liner back on. So.
Okay. And weather's actually looking all right for the weekend. So
I do need some half decent weather for that. I am not doing it in the lashing rain as it was last weekend.
No, it looks all right this weekend.
So hopefully I can get that done and I can wash me windows again. So another little job and another little spend on that car, but that would be an MOT failure. So
they don't like that. Yeah,
and it's MOT time in a few weeks. So
get that ticked off. Very good.
Yes, so another little bit of mechanicking for me. It's always good.
Oh, nice. Oh, that'll do.
Oh, yeah. Even our good friend Phil has said he is impressed with my newfound skills. So this is working for me.
Oh, yeah, that's good though, isn't it? It's like, it was not an expensive car for an XF, and doing the little odds and sods yourself still leaves you in a very strong position. So.
Certainly was a good price for a Sport Brake S, and yeah, I think. I've saved hundreds in garage labour at this point.
Oh God, yeah.
So it's helping it to continue to make sense financially, at least for the moment. Yes.
Well, that's all right. That's the main thing. This is a sort of weird tangent from from your cars going to a car spot at your old house.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes, because you still go past it, don't you?
I do still go past it.
Yes.
And I've established that a vehicle that I've seen there now regularly must belong to whoever purchased it from you.
Well, our buyer is a bit of a petrol head. So
before I do a grand unveil,
you might be giving it more credit than it does.
Probably. What sort of car was he rocking? Because I'm assuming, did you deal with him directly, or were you, when it was sort of viewings, were you nowhere to be seen?
No, we were there. He visited twice, and then obviously we met him again when we handed the keys over, and by pure fluke, we have in fact seen him again since. But as I say, that was an accident, but nevertheless. Yes, so we did see him. He was driving a BMW X5M.
That's still there. That's not the one that I was interested in. Yes,
that's the. But I know he has at least two other vehicles, and he has 3 motorbikes because he measured up the garage to make sure that they would fit. So
I've not seen any motorbikes, mind you. It's not really motorbike weather, so
no, they'll be tucked away in the garage. Yes.
What I have seen is, this suggests that we could see someone we could probably get on board with. I
got on board with his money, certainly.
Yeah. Loved that about him. Yeah. He's got a Toyota GR Yaris.
Oh, I could see that.
Mm.
Yeah, I could see that. That's as you say, that does mark him out as a particular type, doesn't it?
Mm.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I could see that. See, that's perfect for bombing around here.
Oh God, yeah. They don't really get much better than that.
No, that's very good. He's going to get that in places these X5 won't go. I'll tell you that.
Yes. Yes, most definitely. Yeah, I got unmoved by that. But yeah,
Yes.
first time I saw it, I just sort of dismissed it as a visitor. But now I see it regularly, so it must be his.
Oh, there's been an eclectic mix of cars on that driveway over the years.
Yeah. Yes, that's. But yeah, I thought you'd approve. So
that's very good. I didn't see that. I only ever saw the X5, although I knew he had other cars because he said he had. But that's a very discerning choice. I'm impressed by that.
That is, mind you, there's no shortage of them in the grand scheme of things. I was like so much so that I was, reading's probably a strong word, but skimming an article on Pistonheads saying that the Toyota GR lineup outsold the Prius in Europe last year.
Well, the Prius is a declining kind of thing, though, isn't it? Its day is done, really.
No, it doesn't stop people buying it, though, does it?
No, it doesn't. But technology-wise, it's a bit outdated now, isn't it? Really, it's been surpassed, really.
Yeah, well, they reckon. Oh God, yeah, because I mean, price is fine. It's absolutely fine. But across Europe, Toyota sales were SUV nonsense.
Yes. Well, yeah, everything is, isn't it?
And one that really baffles me is apparently their top seller in Europe is the Yaris Cross. I didn't know that I'd forgotten about it. I knew about it, but then blocked it out. I think that was the biggest issue. Which basically, when I think Yaris, I think tiny little hatchback.
What a tragic looking thing!
Another compact SUV.
Oh, that's horrible. I didn't
like,
know about that. It's really sad.
Adorable.
Look at its face.
But it's just
that's so sad about being a car.
It's just awful, isn't it? I mean, and I don't know how have we ended up here. You go, they've got what have they got? They've got.
They put the Yaris name on that.
I don't know, but the Yaris is. They've got. Oh God, I'm looking on their site at the moment, and they've got like Yaris Cross, RAV4. So I've been in a modern RAV4. Awful.
Yes.
Awful. Absolutely awful. I mean, not even a little bit. Fully awful.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
In what way?
Well, I suppose
just dismal.
Dismal, and not all it's cracked up to be. Because I went in one of the I think they're all hybrid ones actually now.
Yes, I think they are.
Yeah. And oh my goodness me, it's got nothing. It's got no fuel efficiency. It's got no decent MPG. It's got no oomph. It's really bad.
If it doesn't have decent MPG, it doesn't really have a reason to be, does it? Because I don't know, why else would you buy one? If you're not interested in fuel economy, there's lots of other choices.
It's really weird. Yeah, I don't really see the appeal of that. Yeah, but they've got this.
That's horrible. I wish I knew that didn't exist, because that's really disturbing.
Sorry about that. But then you look at the rest of their range and you go Yaris Cross, Corolla. atrocious CHR thing. You go, this is
Yes.
an absolute sea of toss. And then there's one row on the website that goes GR Yaris, GR86 Supra. You go, how is it possible that the 4 rows of cars above this make you want to fall asleep? And then you go, yeah, but we do these as well. It's just weird that it's the same company.
Well, and there's a new EV from them, isn't there?
It's got a dreadful name, isn't it? It's just you'd think it was a Chinese car because it's
it's just a series of letters and numbers.
Hang on, I'm looking it up. There we go. A BZ4X.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's also, and Johnny Smith's been going on about this week. There's a new one from Honda as well, which is another dismal pile of nonsense.
It's fair to say he wasn't thrilled with it.
He wasn't best pleased, was he? Because he loved the Honda E, and this apparently is the follow-up. And it's nothing. It's none of the good things that the Honda E have been transferred into this new car.
Quite.
It's just a completely forgettable. Why would you buy one box?
Yeah, very disappointing. And I'm looking at the Toyota one now. I mean, it's dismal. It's an SUV. People will buy it. It'll be fine. It'll continue to work for decades because that's what Toyotas do. But I'm afraid we're not going to get excited about that one.
It'll be properly built, no doubt, but that's where it'll end.
In the same way as that RAV4 was built fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's all
there'll
I've
never
got.
be a complaint like that. Yeah, that's right. Yes, it was properly put together. That's it. That's the best thing you can say.
But let say one thing as well, that it looks like quite a big car. 5 blokes cannot fit in it. We were in it, but it wasn't pleasant.
It wasn't comfortable.
No, for what?
There was too much touching.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's disappointing, really, isn't it? Because that's been a part of the staple diet, really, for 4x4s, isn't it? The RAV4 for quite a long time.
Yeah, and when we think of RAV4s, we think of daft little 4x4s that were sort of vaguely competent. But now it's just an SUV again now. It's
just another one, isn't it? And of course, we are talking on the day where another SUV has been launched, but from a manufacturer that you are rather fond of.
I know where this is going.
Where are we going to go with this?
The all-new electric Porsche Macan.
Yes. There you go.
It will sell like hotcakes.
It will. We have got 380 miles range. Will be launched the second half of this year. Prices from 69,800 to 95,000, depending on spec and power. Yeah. There you go.
Great.
Yeah.
But I don't want it. It's not for me. People will buy it.
Oh no, I'd have the Taycan. I'd have the Taycan Sport Turismo. That's what I'd have. There's no question. Yes.
No question whatsoever. And I think the Taycan and this are just going to pave the way for the sports cars.
Of course they are. They are building up. We've talked about this before. They're building up to an electric 911, aren't they? They haven't quite got the stomach for it yet, but it's coming.
It is coming, and I think, all right, if this lines the bank account so that we can have what we presume next was going to be the Boxer and the Cayman electric versions.
Sense for those to be next, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Then, all right, do what you got to do. A bit like Lotus, do what you got to do. Get it out system. Let's do it. Do the what was it? Electra, I think. That's the fella.
Yeah, make some money so that you can then do the cars that we want. And I think there's an element of this with Porsche.
Oh yeah,
but the 911 will be the last one they do, because I think they're a bit scared.
oh yeah, because you can feel the hate building already. It's not even.
Oh, you can, because people know it's coming. It's got to be, hasn't it? They're going to have to do it. But what's going to get the internet busy that day?
Well, it is. I mean, when I looked at the Macan story, the Pistonheads comments are already there.
Yeah, I'm sure. I haven't looked at the comments. I did briefly see. I didn't have time to watch it. I saw the launch event pop up on YouTube this morning. And as I say, I didn't have time to watch it because it's been back-to-back meetings today. But I saw it coming, and I thought, oh, that's gonna get people going, isn't it?
Yeah, I think in general people love it. I tell you what, the
Macan doesn't have the following as, shall we say, some other Porsches.
No, and you think they've sold quite a lot of Macans since it launched. So it must be getting on 10 years old now, maybe more.
800,000 apparently.
Yeah, there you go. That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
So
and it's 10 years since they launched it. Yeah, it's 10 years old.
Yeah, so this will fly out the door. But yeah, I was looking at the comments and everyone's going, "Oh, but how can it be called a turbo?" It's like, no, we've been through this. Can we not
got this nonsense with the Taycan?
We've had this. Everyone is used to the Porsche nomenclature, and we know what it means. We know it's not got a turbo. We just know where it sits in the range. Would you please stop
just the trim level? It's just a word to describe a trim level. Of course, it hasn't got a turbo. That's not the point.
It infuriates me. Just going, right, well, if you don't know the range, it's probably not the car for you.
Yeah, quite.
If you're just on here to have a list as keyboard warrior time, then just
leave it alone. It's just how they've chosen to do it. It's history and tradition. It's just a way of describing the different trim levels. The only way that's going to have a turbo in it is if it's in a box in the boot.
Yeah,
and we know that. That's fine. I've come to terms with that. It's fine.
I was absolutely fine with it from day one. Just go, no, it makes absolute sense.
There are all sorts of things that got the word turbo put on it back in the day.
Oh yeah.
You could buy turbo toothpaste.
Oh yeah. I think I had a toaster at one point with turbo on it.
Turbo on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dear, wonderful. I'm so glad that was a thing. That will sell. It will absolutely sell. It's exactly what people are buying at the moment. Actually, and I think the price is quite competitive. At 70 to 95,000. If you look at what else is in the market,
70. It's madness.
It is madness.
Oh, it's a positive bargain,
but it is. Well, I didn't say it was a bargain. I said it was competitive.
Well,
but you compare it to the price of Model Y and
I suppose
things like that.
Model Y performance sits somewhere in that price range.
Yeah, I don't think you can spec a Model Y up to 95,000, but you can certainly get one up to 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, range is a little bit disappointing at 380. I would have thought by now it would do a bit more than that, but then the Taycan's range is a little bit disappointing. That's not really what it's about.
No, I don't strictly have an issue with the range.
It's still good.
Here's me saying, "Oh yes, as if I'm going to nip out and buy one tomorrow." I don't have an issue with the range on the Taycan or this Macan.
No,
it's the biggest sticking point that would really make me go, "Oh, it could actually be a ball ache on a reasonable day-to-day basis if you're doing longer journeys." Would be the charging.
Yeah. Well, I'm just reading about it's got a 95 kilowatt hour battery. It's 800 volt charging on the Porsches, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it is. So to charge at the full speed, you're going to need the Ionity network, because I think they're the only ones doing that. And there aren't many of them around.
No.
And from what I've heard, not very reliable. So, yes, it can charge at really quick speeds, but you need a specific charger, and we don't have many, and they're not very good. So that is a concern. And
well, it just means you're going to be plugging into ones that aren't as beefy, let's face it.
Yeah, you're charging at slower speeds. Yeah, that's right. You'll still be able to charge it, but you'll be charging at slower speeds. But, there you go. On the subject of electrical vehicles, I had a little unexpected trip out in one this week.
Oh, okay. What one were you in this week?
I had a little ride in a Hyundai, or however we're supposed to say it these days, Ioniq 5. Oh. I had lunch with a client this week, and he very kindly drove us to the Public, and he has an Ioniq 5. And
right, well, go on then. I'm intrigued because it's a car I quite like.
Yeah, I was very impressed. And thank you very much, Tom. He's going to be a new listener of the podcast. Top chap.
And welcome.
Well, yes, indeed. Welcome to whatever the hell this is. And I think it looks fantastic. I always have.
Definitely.
I've always thought that they're bigger than you think, but actually, having been in it, it doesn't feel massive. It feels on the larger side.
Yeah.
But it feels more like a sort of slightly larger Focus. It's that sort of area.
Okay.
Your sort of average 5-door hatch. It didn't feel massive, but very comfortable, very well appointed interior, nice screens, very easy to read software. He's had it quite a while. He's done some reasonably long journeys in it, and he's had no issues with it whatsoever.
Fair play.
He's got a slightly higher model. It's the larger battery one, 320 miles range. Which is a good usable amount.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Very nippy. We had a little double throttle on our journey, and it's I was impressed. I was really impressed. It felt really solid. It was well put together. There were no kind of wobbly bits on the interior, well, other than me. And little bit of a stretch to reach the handle, close the door. But I'm nitpicking.
That's gonna say you really.
Really nitpicking. That's probably more to do with me having having to reach rather than the car. Yes. But no, I was really impressed with it. And he's been very happy with it. In fact, they have two of them in the business. They run them as company cars. He's been really impressed with it as well. So. Yes, he's a bit of a confessed car fan. Maybe we might even be able to coax him on the podcast at some point.
Well,
but
definitely, always up for a bit of that. But that's good choice, really good choice.
Yeah, I was impressed. It was in the grey that a lot of them seem to be in. Yeah, the grey.
Which is
but
fine.
I think it really looks nice in that colour.
Yeah, I struggle with them in the black.
Yeah, well, you lose too much of the detail, I think, when it's in black. The lines disappear, and I think that's an important part of the styling. Yeah,
it doesn't float me boat.
No, I think it looks really nice in the. It's a sort of, it's a semi kind of matte, isn't it? It's not full on.
Yeah.
And it's not full on gloss. It's kind of in between. It's a satin, I suppose you'd call it, but not black.
No, don't tell.
Yeah, I was. Don't tell it, China. I was impressed with it. Impressed with it. It's not too big, not too small, comfortable, well put together, got a turn of speed on it.
Nice. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. It's a car that I've been near a few, but I've never even parked my arse in one.
No, I haven't before, and I wasn't expecting to on this. It was a bit of a sort of last minute thing, and not the meeting, but him giving us a lift. Yeah, it was. I was impressed. It was good. We did a sort of mixture of, quicker road and country lane, and
Nice.
yeah, even on the country lanes, it didn't feel huge. It's bigger than what we still think of as a 5-door hatch, but it's not big by modern standards, sadly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I like that.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. The horizons have been broadened. I like that.
Yeah, a little bit. And as I say, he's been very pleased with it, which is, you talk to the person that's been living with it for a few months, and he has no horror stories to tell. He's done some decent journeys in it. He's had no problem charging it, and yeah, it's been good. So
okay.
Top marks for Hyundai there, I think.
Interesting. Now, I didn't expect you to hit us up with a Hyundai there, so you've caught me off guard. However, I can come back at you with some more.
Oh.
The browsing for cars in this household, I haven't had time, just simple as that. It's something that's in the back of my mind. It comes to the forefront of my mind when one of mine isn't functioning.
Yeah, that does tend to focus your mind a bit.
Yes. But then it's mostly just anger while I try and make it go again.
Yes.
So that's fun. Yes. Oh, on that topic, watch this space because it's Monday for the Volvo MOT.
Oh, could this be make or break time?
Well, yeah. It's at that point of going, right, if it doesn't get one, I don't want anything to do with it. If it does get one, someone else can have the hassle at that point, I think.
Really, you think, because you were very keen on getting it past 200,000 miles, and we've all had a go on it.
Yeah.
To try and get it there.
Yeah, it's not. Without spending a lot of money, I'm not going to get it to 200,000 miles.
It's not going to get there.
No,
that's a shame.
No, I'm not at the point where I want to pour the money in. So I'm going to chance it on an MOT. If it gets one, lovely.
Yeah.
That's a problem for Monday.
Yes. You think that might be it?
Yeah. Well, it's getting worse. I mean, it's.
If I'd known that, I wouldn't have put new number plates on it.
It's only in the past few weeks where it's really noticeably been getting worse.
It was fine when I had it, I have to say. It was only that one time that it let me down when it flattened its battery. Apart from that, it was spot on.
Oh no, I've got all the electricity. That's not the issue. I just don't have all the gears.
There is that. Yeah.
Yes,
that started to come back again.
Oh yeah. At the moment, I've got at the moment probably fourth gear.
Okay.
Okay. And it's making a grumble here and there, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
You
just have the stomach for sorting it out anymore.
Just at the moment, I just need in the morning. I need to go out to a car that just works.
Yeah, of course.
I've got enough on my plate, and I just go. You know what? I don't have the time to invest in it, and I don't want to spend big money on it because you're never going to see a return on it.
No, that's true. You wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You'd have to keep it a long time again, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It's done us fine. I'm not grumpy about it by any stretch. It's
you can't complain, can you?
No.
It's served us all well. Let's be honest.
Yeah, everyone's had a good old usage, which is fine. I don't. That's what it's for. I'd rather people were using it than it was sitting. But yeah, but we'll see what comes of it.
Okay.
But that wasn't what I was going to say. Like I said, it's when I go out to cars, that's when I realise, oh, bollocks, I really should be looking for new cars. But
Yes.
that hasn't stopped Kaylee rummaging for cars.
Oh, okay.
And she's come up with a suggestion which I don't know what I think. I mean, on the face of it, I think probably not a bad idea, but I don't know.
I think you need my input here.
I think I need everyone's input here.
Yes.
Because I'm to say I'm on the fence is an understatement.
Okay.
So a car that was suggested to me, which in the spec that it is makes you that's the bit that makes you think, because the model name you go what, but then you say the spec, you go, oh, okay, right, and that's the Hyundai i30N Performance.
Oh. I'm looking it up. Go. Okay. Oh.
You see what I mean?
Oh, that is. Oh, I can see why you're on the fence. Yeah. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Right. Okay.
Discuss.
Yeah, quite. Yes. Wow. That is. How on earth did she arrive at that?
She likes the blue.
I'm looking at a picture of it in black with red trim on it, and that looks amazing. But she likes it in the blue. What, the sort of baby blue?
Yeah.
No.
Which is it's kind of their motorsport colours. I get why they do it.
No. You can't have it in that colour.
Well, the thing is, I don't know whether I want it at all. That's just
Well, there is that. I mean, I can think of worse choices.
It's a real.
Oh.
An Arthur.
Well, it's a poser, isn't it? That.
Because it's not your standard choice.
It really isn't. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna take a little bit of a dive into this, get some more information. What have we got here? Oh, stop it with the videos.
Oh, you got one too.
Want to see the advert? I want to read some details. Thank you very much. Hyundai's first performance car. Well, that's debatable, I would say.
See, you're making all the noises I've been making.
Yeah, I'm really not. It doesn't grab me right off the page, I have to say.
No, but it doesn't make. Once you start looking at it, you go, well, actually, that's the thing.
Well, yeah, exactly that. It's not a terrible choice. I'm not saying, oh God, absolutely not. We got a 2-litre turbocharged engine, front-wheel drive, 6-speed manual box, 247 brake horse. Yeah, I mean the numbers are. I mean, it is. It's a bit of a hot hatch.
Well, actually, the performance one has 271 horsepower.
Oh, okay. I haven't got to that bit yet.
And to be honest, the majority of the ones for sale are performance ones.
Yes. Well, that's more than the Jag, so clearly you can't. That's,
Is that a no?
Now you pointed that out.
So sorry.
I'm gonna have to let that sit for a minute because I don't like the blue. I don't like the blue.
Well,
I think
I think we have different requirements for vehicles, don't we? I think that's the.
We do. Yes, we do.
That's
very interesting.
See, I thought you'd find that quite interesting, but yeah, I mean, feel free to mull it over. I'm not. I don't think you don't need to.
Nice in dark grey. Very nice in dark grey. With the little red accents on things, red brake calipers.
Oh yeah.
With a little N badge on the grille. Yes. Nice interior, I have to say. Nice interior.
That's the thing that weirded me out. I was expecting it to be a bit crap on the inside, but it looks all right.
It's nice, isn't it? Nice screen there, nice still, and a nice array of mechanical buttons, even though there is a touch screen.
Yeah, that's the thing. All of the stuff that you want, is there. Volume knobs, heating, all that sort of stuff.
It's a bit like the Golf in that it's quite classless, isn't it? It's kind of a, could go anywhere sort of car. Well, it is things to all men, as they say, or women in this case.
Yeah. It's something. I mean, I just haven't had time to consider cars. Full stop.
No, that's fair enough. But it doesn't. Yeah, it's not the worst choice you could make. I don't think. I think it would probably be reliable.
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, you were looking at estate cars, and obviously it's not an estate car, but it is a hatch.
It is. I mean, should make the point of going, well, yeah, but we don't need loads of stuff in the back.
Well, you've got a van. You've got a van.
Well, we do have a van, yeah. And
you need a van and an estate car? Possibly not. As much as we like a fast estate car, I mean, that's kind of our thing.
It is, yeah. But a fast hot hatch.
It takes the boxes too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's good. The more I look at it, the more it's growing on me.
That's the thing.
I think there was a bit of shock factor there because I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Well, I wasn't expecting to say it either. I got presented this again. Oh, what do you think of these? Well, oh yeah, I forgot they even existed.
Yeah, exactly that. It's not a bad looking old thing, I have to say. It's quite attractive in the right colour. But I do have a problem. I don't like the blue, but that's just me as personal choice.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
That's a very tricky one. The problem you're going to have there, I think, is that you're not going to be able to come up with any solid reasons to say no. Other than I don't want one. And that's not really a solid reason. Well, I mean, it is to us, but it won't be when you're talking to your good lady.
Well, it's me you
BMW.
It's me you signing a bit of the paper, so if I don't want it, I'm not buying it.
Fair dues. Yes, well, then you, in that case, do have the final say. Yes.
I think.
Would this be brand new?
No.
No. Okay. No. Just checking.
No.
I didn't think it would be. I just wanted to confirm that. No.
No, these have been. Because after she mentioned it, I did briefly look them up. They've been around since 2017. I didn't think they'd been around that long, to be honest with you.
I'm heading off to Auto Trader. I don't know about you. I'm going to completely throw the search engine here by not searching for a Jag, and
I'm not sure it'll do it on your computer, will it?
It won't let me deviate from that section. No, he's made a mistake here. Look, he's gone for the wrong one. Now you can get. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, they've done the thing that a lot of manufacturers do, in that you can have an N, or you can have an N line, which gives you the look, the power.
Yeah. We don't want that one.
You won't want that one.
No.
Okay. Right. Well, Auto Trader's not the place to look then. Well, depending on what your budget is.
I mean,
i30N, that is correct, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or N Performance.
Oh, N Performance is the one we really
N
want.
Performance. There is an N, not an N Performance, but there are only two of them, and they were both over 25 grand.
Oh dear.
Yes, there's the N Performance. Okay, well we're still up there money wise.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've had to sort of call her out on it a few times again. Right, well, I do need to be able to afford these things.
Yeah, I mean you are. Oh, yeah. Well, the first one that isn't a write-off, because the several are. The first one that isn't a write-off is still over 17 grand. That's.
It's a lot, isn't
it? Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot in the blue.
The blue was quite popular.
But that is the absolute cheapest one I can find is up for 17,295, and that's a 2018 68 plate car.
I mean, like I say, it's really difficult to dismiss. I'd tell you what, it would have to be proof is in the pudding, wouldn't it? It would be a test drive. That's the only way.
You've got to put your bum in one. That's the only way to decide. Although, well, for me, that price would decide it because I wouldn't be prepared to spend that much. But horses for courses.
Yeah, I'm not sold on whether I want to spend that much or even have that much to spend. To be honest.
Well, quite. Yes, exactly. That is quite a chunk. But that's the absolute cheapest that isn't a write-off on Auto Trader at the moment. Obviously, other websites are available. Yeah.
But I mean, if she's persistent enough, I would go and drive one.
There's no harm in that.
No.
And that would be quite interesting. Yeah. I don't think that would be a bad choice, in all honesty. I think I wouldn't personally be prepared to spend that much at the moment on a car. But that's me.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sold on that particular element of it either, to be honest.
I don't think they've quite got there yet in terms of what we consider a sensible spend on a used car. That would be my comment. I think at this point is I think they're still a little bit too much for what they are.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think you're probably right.
That's just my opinion. You may. I mean, it's all relative, isn't it? If you've got, if you've got the money and you want it, then it's not a problem. It's not. That's not part of the consideration.
No, that's it. Do what you like. But
for me, I think they would need to fall a little bit. I think you'd probably be fine with it, but I think for me they'd need to fall a little bit further in price yet. I think they're still a little bit too much. For the N Performance, you probably get a lesser spec one, but you probably have even less interest in a lesser spec one.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want if this particular model of car comes up, you go, well, yeah, I don't want a normal one because that's it's like we were talking about with Toyota. It's like we got dreary and then really good.
Yeah, and I think that I mean that's I mean, I'm not familiar with the sort of model range, but there's one called an Active here.
I don't want it. I've decided based purely on that.
No. It's got casters for wheels, and I mean, it's available from as little as $2,500. But
brilliant.
It's it doesn't look as we don't want that. No, we don't want that. No. It's a bit like me with the S-Type. I'm only interested in the R. I'm not interested in any of the others, and I think that's the same for you, isn't it? You want the N Performance, otherwise it's not bothered.
I mean,
I'm not interested.
But even then, I don't know whether I want the N Performance.
No, indeed. If I was presented with that, I think I'd come down in the no column. Yeah, I don't think that would be for me. I think it would be brilliant. I do, but I would want to drive it. I really would, because we've got nothing to. There's There's no reference point with that. We've no idea what that would be like.
No, that's the thing. And I go, well, you know what? I would just like to go for a spin. But
I think find one. Go and have a bit of a drive. But for me, even at the initial look, I think that it's too expensive still.
Yeah.
That's too much money for what it is. I think personally would be my view on that.
Okay. Well, that's why I threw it at you, just to go, right, well, this is very much a curveball. This is not something that you or I would ever pick, I don't think.
That is a curveball, and we've surprisingly dedicated quite a lot of this week's episode to Hyundai.
I mean, if they want to lend us one, crack on.
Oh, yeah, well, there is a local dealer. Yeah.
No, there is. Yes.
There is.
My
yes,
brain
indeed.
was like, which one's that? Oh, I know the one. The one
You
that
know
was
the
something
one.
else. Yes.
Yes, the one that has only recently become a dealer. Yes. I would be very interested in a drive of that, but I think at the end of the day, there's still a bit too much money for that model. And as you say, it's that model or not bother really.
Oh God, yeah. Not fussed.
I think budget-wise, you were closer with the Beamers you were looking at.
Yeah. But it's difficult, isn't it?
Because I think you're looking to spend the similar sort of money as I did on the Jag, to be honest.
Ideally, I don't want to be breaking the bank here.
Yeah.
But
however, very interesting choice. It's good enough to make us think about it.
Well, that's the thing. It's good enough to make you go, actually, if I didn't have to go too far afield, if you could go to be a main or an independent dealer, probably sort of as far afield as Exeter or somewhere like that, and actually go and drive one, I would. I would actually travel to try it. Now that it's been brought up, discussed, I would try it. Yeah,
absolutely. There's a lot to like there, I have to say. And it probably would be a fairly safe bet. But yeah, they are still commanding a price. They're a bit too new, I think.
Yes, I think so too. Interesting. Well, watch this space.
Very interesting.
I'm not going to go out of my way, but if there's something reasonably local, I might go and have a go.
Yeah, I think you should. No harm in that.
No
harm in parking yourself in one and having a go.
No, I like that, and you're right. The fact that it's made us think means that maybe that should be put on the list of contenders. Don't know.
Possibly.
Maybe the wild card choice, possibly.
Maybe the wild card choice. It'd be interesting to know how closely your good lady has looked at the prices.
That's interesting. I think the problem is she's got an eye for things that are more pricey than I want to be paying.
Yeah. That's called being married.
Yeah, that's her looking at it and going, "Oh, that looks all right." And I go, "Yeah. Whose bank's it coming out of?"
Yes, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're going to have to spend the best part of 20 to get a decent one of those at the moment, I would say. And I would find that a bit challenging at the moment.
I don't think I would do that, and if I were going to do that, I would spend 20 on something very different.
Yes, quite. If you were going to shell out that amount, it wouldn't be on one of those. And I've just done one single search on Auto Trader. Obviously, there are other places to look, but it's an indicator, isn't it?
You're not far off, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll watch the space on that. But yeah, discussions have sort of resumed, but I'm not going to be actively looking for a couple of weeks yet because I've just got too much on, but I will.
Yeah, of course.
But there will be active looking very, very soon because there needs to be. It's not a case of could do with. It's getting to the point of need a new car.
Well, if the Volvo's on its last elbows, then you're going to have to move on something, aren't you? How's the Mini doing whilst we're on
It's fine. It still needs me to do a permanent fix for the leak, but otherwise it's been all right, really. It's just
clutch all right.
Still got a bit there.
Still
got a little bit.
There's a bit of life in it yet.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm happy to eke that out.
Okay.
I'll be gentle with the old girl.
Yes, absolutely. And coming up soon, we're still going to have your drive in my Jag.
Yes,
that is coming to an episode soon.
Yeah, we'll let you fix your bits and bobs, because we'll pick a day where I need to clean the windscreen, and if I can't, I'll be most annoyed.
You'll flick the switch and smear it everywhere, and that'll be a problem.
Yeah. Let's not.
Yeah, I really need to. I'm gonna try and get out there and do that this weekend.
That's fine. Yeah, because we'll do that once you're mended. We'll have a nice go in that, and
yes.
Well, we'll not only have a nice go, we'll record while we're doing it, so that's good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. It's going to be your thoughts as you're driving it. Yes.
But yes, we'll come back to that. We'll keep you posted when that's going to be. Probably won't actually be that long now. And in the meantime, yes, I will go back indoors and have further conversations this week, and I'll report back next week to see what other random car has been thrust under my nose.
Yes, who knows where this could take us?
Yeah, that's it. What are we discussing next week? Wait and find out.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.